Hi everyone, it's Andrea over at Sewspire.com, and today I am here to show you how to sew this sweet wallet which will hold a US passport perfectly, as well as a stack of cards or a small notebook. The exterior is crafted from a quilt weight cotton and the interior is crafted from some fabric cork. This is my first time working with cork and I really enjoyed it. This video is part of our ongoing Pixie Purse series. This wallet is designed to fit perfectly in the back slip pocket of the Pixie Purse. So this video will conclude the Pixie Purse tutorial. Next week we're moving on to recycling, reusing, and repurposing, another series that I'm very excited to share with you. And based upon the feedback out in our community, a lot of you really enjoy repurposing. So I'm excited to see where that will take us. Shall we get started making this sweet wallet? We're going to begin by crafting the main body, and that is made with 2 pieces of cotton fabric that measure 7 inches tall by 9 inches across. One of those pieces has 2 individual pieces of fusible fleece ironed onto the back, and those are approximately 6 by 4, and there will be a little separation there at center and then plenty of room for your seam allowance. So take these 2 body panels and position them right sides facing, and then stitch all the way around, leaving a 2-inch gap at the bottom center so that you can turn this. A 1/4 inch seam allowance is ideal for this. Before you turn that right side out and press that, just go ahead and clip those corners so that they turn nicely for you. I've turned and pressed that, and the opening here will remain towards the bottom. That will get closed up in the top stitching. So for now, you don't need to worry about that. The next step is to fashion our slip pocket or passport pocket, and that is made with a piece of cork that is 3.5 inches wide by 6.25 inches tall. There is a little optional trim piece that is crafted from an 8 by 2 inch strip. First, begin by folding that like I do all the straps in half, and then bringing those raw edges inward on the center press line. Then take the raw edges and bring those in to create a piece that is exactly 6.25 inches. And then fold that in half one more time and press, and that'll give you a nice finished top edge. So you're just going to sandwich the cork in between, and I have binder clips to hold this, as the cork is not really easy to pin. So I'm just going to top stitch that in place. And then if you wanted to use this to hold a passport, you would position this slip pocket on the right hand side. If you want to use it for receipts or other items that don't have a flap or a proper opening, then you can position it on the left hand side. And then to craft the card holder, you're going to use a piece of cork that is 4 inches wide by 6.25 inches tall. You're going to want some 1/4 inch washi tape or masking tape which you will mark off the 1/4 inch mark on either side, and this is so that you do not cut too far, because you'll see here you're going to cut 5 slits 3/4 of an inch apart, and then a 1/4 inch from either side. And the easiest way to do that is going to be with a ruler and an X-Acto knife. You can use your rotary cutter, but I did find that it was easy to overcut, so the X-Acto knife and the small ruler is best. And that 1/4 inch mark on the side really helps a lot as well. So before you move on, you can remove that tape, and then you'll want to just test fit each card slip there and make sure that you have it wide enough. It should be a snug fit, because as you use this, it's going to, of course, stretch out, but you don't want it so that they don't fit at all. So just test fit each of those. And then I think it's easiest for this next part to put a card in each pocket, so you can make sure that you have the correct positioning. Okay, so position your cards in the pocket as you'd like them to sit, and then you can see here on the back side, we're going to use that as a guide. If you did nothing else at this point, your cards would all slip to the bottom, and then you wouldn't be able to access them. So working from this underside with those cards in place, we're going to fashion what I'm calling little card catchers. And I have 4 of these pre-made. I'm going to show you how to make those, but I want to show you first their function. So you will slip them under each card on the back there, and they align perfectly with the edges. They're 4 inches wide. So one little card catcher is going to go under each card, and just push that up until it catches the bottom of the card, and then align it with the side seams. And I want to show you how to make that. So each one is crafted from a piece of material that's 4 inches wide by 3 inches tall. You're going to fold that in half, so you have 2 of them, and then position them on top of each other and stitch along that bottom long edge, and then that creates the little slip for them. So this is the 5th one, and it's going to go under the bottom of that 5th card. You'll want to work from the top going down so that they cascade. And then the most important thing here is just to make sure that those sides are aligned. Then carefully turn that all over, and that's what it should look like on the front. So when we stitch this down, we're going to capture those side edges in the seam. Okay, so you want to carefully pick that up and position that on top of that body panel with the slip pocket. You don't want to handle that too much, but everything should lay nice because those cards are still in place. So go ahead and get your clips on there. So before we top stitch all the way around this and secure all these layers, we want to install the little snap closure, and that is crafted from a 1 inch by 4 inch piece of cork. And all you need to do is just fold that in half, and then towards that folded edge you're going to position the first part of your snap. those prongs should pierce both layers of the cork, and then the female portion of that sits right on top of there, and I just use a small hammer to install mine, and then I position that male portion in that. The remaining prong will be installed in the exterior, and we'll do that last. And this is what your closure looks like with the snap attached there. Raw end of that, or raw edges, are just going to slip in between the cascading card backing and the front of this. It fits right in there. You can center it along there to give an even proportion. And there's not really any way to get a clip in there right now, so you just want to hold that even and then maybe start top stitching on this right hand side. I'm going to put a few more clips in this. Now all we have to do is top stitch everything in place and then install the fourth piece of that snap. So I'm going to start over here on this right hand side so that I can secure this snap closure. Made it all the way around. Now I just need to stitch up this interior seam of the card pocket. That's where we're at so far. So now I just need to install that last prong on the snap. So I want to fold over that tab closure and then mark where I think that snap falls there. So first I use those prongs to mark the exterior so I can see, and then I come in from the interior and poke those prongs up in that same area. Okay, and now this sweet little wallet is done. I absolutely love working with this cork. I can see a lot of projects moving forward using this. It's very versatile. I'll put the link to the cork that I ordered in the notes in case you don't have a source for yours. And then I also wanted to point out one other little tidbit. This project, there's another first. I'm using this transparent thread. It's 100% nylon. This happens to be the Sewology brand. I got that at Hobby Lobby on sale for half off, so the price is not bad. I wound this up in the bobbin and used it as the top spool as well, and I am absolutely thrilled with the finished look of this. Many of you know I historically have only used one color of thread. I think I have a new favorite thread. So you might want to try that too on your projects. And I just want to show you the difference. Here was the first Pixie Wallet using my standard cotton thread there. And then here is the second Pixie Wallet with the transparent thread. I really like that look of that transparent thread. So I want to thank you for sewing with me. I also want to thank you for hanging around through the Pixie panel / Pixie Purse series. I know not all of you were interested, but I was really happy with this final patchwork product, and I think that I got to share a lot of different skills with you all that you can carry into your other designs, and that was the primary purpose of this series. But it's been a month now, so it's time to move on. As mentioned in the beginning of the video, we are going to focus on reusing, repurposing, and recycling. So I have lots of surprises in store for you, and I'm sure the universe has a few surprises in store for me as well as we move through this. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I will see you next week to kick off that series. Until then, as always, please know the creative genius in me will be celebrating the creative genius in you. Have a beautiful week, everyone.